it looks like we're about to start moving.
What do you say, Victor? You ready to head into the lair of Aristotle Dumas?
Is this some kind of a maze?
It's the beginning of your challenge. Please, enter.
Just have this weird feeling like things aren't going to go the way that we think.
Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel that I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. It's time to stand up in today's The Young and the Restless. The Young and the Restless, YNR, spoilers for Tuesday, July 1st, reveal that Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, will await an answer after spelling out her terms. Since Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, is clearly still obsessed with Chancellor, Sally has to protect her own career path. That's why Sally wants a written agreement that she'll gain control of Abbott Communications if Billy's Chancellor pursuit pays off. Since this is non-negotiable for Sally, Billy will presumably cave in and may even be impressed by how strategic she's being. Billy will ultimately make a vow to Sally, so he may agree to sign the contract she has in mind and give her the reassurance she needs. Over with Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow. He'll go on a fishing expedition. Nick will turn to someone he views as an inside Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn's source since Damian Kane, Jermaine Rivers, used to work for him. Of course, Damian may point out that he actually worked for Aristotle Dumas and knew nothing about Kane's other life. Kane successfully kept his two worlds separate, so Damian may not have much intel that can help Nick. Even so, Nick will spend some time getting acquainted with Damian and will hope for some clues about whatever Kane might still be hiding regarding his agenda. In Genoa City, YNR spoilers say Holden Novak, Nathan Owens, will jump at the chance to make some money and gain Kane's favor. It turns out Holden and Kane are secretly working together, so this ties in with Adam Newman's, Mark Grossman, recent discovery about all the key properties getting snatched up around town. Holden will be eager to please Dumas aka Kane, so he'll be fine with all the secrecy and shoddiness. This definitely sounds like a situation where when Kane says jump, Holden will ask how high. Regardless, Kane will meet with Holden to discuss more details, so we'll bring you updates on any shocking news that might come to light. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Kane's trip to GC will come with some curveballs, so stay tuned. CDL's where you want to be for thrilling Young and the Restless spoilers, news and updates, so make us your favorite YNR hotspot. Wild cards. Who could tip the scales? In a battle this big, outside players could change everything. Here are some key figures who might influence the outcome. Lily Winters. As a former co-CEO of Chancellor, her loyalty could sway the board's decision. Will she side with Kane or stay neutral? Devin Hamilton. He still has a stake in Chancellor. If he backs Kane, it could be a game changer. Nikki Newman. Victor's wife has her own business acumen. If she disagrees with his tactics, she could undermine him. Phyllis Summers. Always a wild card. Phyllis could either help Kane or betray him for her own gain. Jack Abbott. If Kane forms an alliance with Jabot, Victor could face his oldest rival in a proxy war. Spoilers and predictions. Who will win? While The Young and the Restless loves twists, here's what spoilers and insider hints suggest. Victor gains the upper hand. Temporarily. Early spoilers indicate Victor will make a shocking power move, possibly forcing Kane into a corner. A surprise betrayal. Someone close to Kane may switch sides, leaving him vulnerable. A last-minute save? Could Lily or Devin step in at the last second to help Kane reclaim Chancellor? The fallout. Even if Kane loses, Victor's victory may come at a cost, possibly alienating his own family. Final verdict. Can Kane really beat Victor? Victor Newman is known as the Great Victor Newman for a reason. He rarely loses. However, Kane's desperation and potential alliances could make this fight closer than expected. Most likely outcome. Victor will secure Chancellor, but not without a brutal fight. Kane may walk away humiliated, or he might uncover a secret that changes everything. Either way, this war is far from over. Genoa City is in for another explosive day as secrets unravel, alliances shift, and dangerous promises are made. Nick Newman's inside source on Kane Ashby's mysterious activities sends shockwaves through the Newman family, while Billy Abbott makes a vow that could change everything. Meanwhile, Holden's latest move proves he's playing a dangerous game. Here's everything you need to know about Tuesday's gripping episode. Nick's inside source on Kane, a bombshell revelation. Nick Newman has been quietly digging into Kane Ashby's recent erratic behavior, and thanks to a well-placed insider, he finally gets some answers. The source, revealed to be a former associate of Kane's from his overseas dealings, confirms that Kane has been funneling money into an offshore account under a false name. But the question remains, why? Nick confronts Kane at the athletic club, demanding an explanation. Kane, caught off guard, tries to brush it off as a simple investment, but Nick isn't buying it. "You've been lying to everyone, especially Lily," Nick accuses. "If you don't come clean, I will." Meanwhile, Lily Winters senses something is off when she overhears part of their heated exchange. She presses Kane for the truth, but he doubles down on his lies, further straining their already fragile marriage. Will Nick expose Kane's secret before it's too late? Or does Kane have a backup plan to silence him? Billy's vow, a dangerous promise. Billy Abbott is still reeling from his latest clash with Adam Newman, and after a tense meeting with Jack, he makes a solemn vow: "I will take Adam down, no matter what it takes." His determination worries Victoria, who fears Billy's obsession with revenge will only lead to more destruction. But Billy isn't backing down. He reaches out to an unlikely ally, Phyllis Summers, who has her own reasons for wanting Adam out of the picture. The two devise a risky scheme to undermine Adam's latest business venture, but their plan could blow up in their faces if Adam catches wind of it. Meanwhile, Adam, always one step ahead, gets a cryptic warning from an unknown source. Is Billy walking right into a trap? Or will his vow finally bring Adam to his knees? Holden's shady move, a deal with the devil? Holden's recent power plays have raised eyebrows, but his latest move crosses a dangerous line. Desperate to secure a major investor for his new venture, he secretly meets with a shady financier with ties to organized crime. When Nikki Newman catches wind of the meeting, she warns Victor, but the mustache isn't quick to intervene. "Let him dig his own grave," Victor muses. But Nikki fears Holden's recklessness could drag the Newman name through the mud. Meanwhile, Holden's wife, unaware of his dealings, praises him for his brilliant business strategy. Will Holden's shady deal backfire spectacularly? Or will he manage to outmaneuver his enemies once again? Other Genoa City highlights. Sharon and Ray's marriage tested. Sharon's lingering connection to Adam causes tension with Ray, who grows increasingly suspicious of her late-night phone calls. Amanda's investigation heats up. Amanda Sinclair uncovers a shocking piece of evidence in Nia Benedict's case, one that could implicate someone unexpected. Kyle and Summer's baby drama. Kyle's insistence on expanding their family clashes with Summer's fears about her health, leading to a heartbreaking argument. The Young and the Restless, YNR, recap for Monday, June 30th, reveals that Diane Jenkins Abbott, Susan Walters, will be pensive after Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, goes off exploring and leaves her a note telling her not to worry. Diane will suspect that Jack didn't want to explain what he was really up to, so she'll spill her concerns to Kyle Abbott, Michael Mueller. Kyle will sense that Diane is worried about something else, so she'll confess that alarm bells are going off since Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver, is using him. Diane will think Kyle needs to wake up since Audra and Victor Newman, Eric Braden, are clearing trying to take him down. However, Kyle will assure Diane that he already knows that and will insist this is a keep your enemies close thing. On the train, Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, will blast Amanda Sinclair, Miss Hale Morgan, for not giving her a heads up about Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, months ago. Amanda will acknowledge that she had to respect Kane's wishes, but she did try to handle Lily's part in all this delicately. Despite Kane's past behavior, Amanda will believe he's a decent man now. Amanda will also admit Kane's hopeful about reuniting with Lily, but Lily will assume he got this whole empire by being like Colin Atkinson, Tristan Rogers, and will remain disgusted. In the maze, Audra will stumble across Damian Kane, Jermaine Rivers, as he's trying and failing to find cell service. After some talk about Amy Lewis, Valerie Pettiford, Audra will mention the flying sparks she's seen between Damien and Lily. Damien will act like they're just friends, and will eventually quiz Audra about her history with Kyle. Audra will downplay things, but Damien will be protective of Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic, and will worry this could be a what happens in Nice, stays in Nice situation. Although Audra will basically assure Damien of her loyalty to Nate, he'll plan to keep an eye on Audra anyway. Next on Monday's YNR episode, Abby Winters, Melissa Ordway, and Devin Winters, Brighton James, will lounge in the sun as they discuss all the latest Kane news. Chance Chancellor, Connor Floyd, will eventually come along and admit that Kane suspects someone will try to kill him before this trip's over. Lily will pop up and hear about Kane's would-be killer, so she'll wonder if this is some attempt at sympathy. Regardless, Lily will assure Devin that a romantic reunion isn't happening since she doesn't love Kane anymore. In fact, Lily doesn't even like or respect Kane at this point. Devin will have plenty of questions about Kane's belief that someone's out to get him and will suspect it's another scam. As for Chance, he'll plan to keep his eyes open and investigate no matter what's really going on here. In Kane's office, Amanda will watch Lily and some of the others on the video feed. Kane will eventually send Amanda a text about heading to Genoa City with a promise that he'll be back in 2 days. Amanda will be instructed to keep the guests entertained and distracted while Kane is gone. In their private train car, Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, will complain about Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, losing focus regarding Abbott communications, but he'll want to stick around and speak to Kane. Billy will insist Kane's going to need him if he wants Chancellor, so he'll plan to use that to their advantage. Sally will grow frustrated and worried that she'll end up left out in the cold like Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford. That's why Sally will want a binding agreement in writing that if Billy pursues Chancellor and gets it, she'll get control of Abbott communications. When Billy asks if this is a deal breaker for Sally, she'll insist that he'd better believe it is. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Sally will fight for her future, so stay tuned for updates on her attempt to protect herself. CDL's where you want to be for terrific Young and the Restless spoilers, updates, and news, so make us your one-stop YNR source. The drama in Genoa City never takes a day off, and Monday's episode of The Young and the Restless was packed with explosive revelations, secret agendas, and a deal that could change everything for Billy Abbott. From Kane's mysterious return to Sally's shocking ultimatum, here's a full recap of all the must-see moments. Kane's secret return sparks questions. The episode opened with an unexpected sight, Kane Ashby, Daniel Goddard, stepping out of a black sedan in downtown Genoa City, looking tense and glancing around as if making sure no one spotted him. His sudden reappearance raises immediate red flags. Why is he back, and why is he being so secretive? Viewers last saw Kane leaving town after his tumultuous past with Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, and the fallout from his financial misdeeds. His return now suggests unfinished business, and with the Winters family still navigating corporate power struggles at Chancellor Winters, his presence could spell trouble. A cryptic phone call hinted that Kane isn't just back for personal reasons, he's working an angle. But who is pulling his strings? Could it be Devin, Brighton James, testing Lily's loyalty? Or is this a scheme involving Jill, Jess Walton, who has always had a soft spot for Kane? One thing's for sure, his arrival is about to shake things up. Sally's bombshell deal-breaker leaves Billy reeling. Over at Jabot, tensions were already high as Billy, Jason Thompson, and Sally, Courtney Hope, clashed over the future of their fashion division. Sally, still reeling from her breakup with Adam, Mark Grossman, and struggling to prove herself as a leader, dropped a bombshell that left Billy speechless. After a heated strategy meeting, Sally cornered Billy in his office and delivered an ultimatum. Either you give me full creative control over the entire line, or I walk, and I take my designs with me. Billy, caught off guard, tried to reason with her, reminding her of Jabot's brand standards and the need for collaboration. But Sally stood firm, her eyes blazing with determination. I didn't come here to be micromanaged. You hired me because I'm a visionary. So either trust me or lose me. The tension between them crackled, hinting at deeper unresolved feelings. Could Billy's hesitation be about more than just business? Meanwhile, Summer, Allison Lanier, lurked nearby, smirking as she overheard the confrontation. Is she waiting to swoop in if Sally leaves? Or does she have her own agenda? Kyle's desperate play to win back Audra. Meanwhile, Kyle, Michael Mueller, was in full damage control mode after his failed attempt to manipulate Audra, Zuleika Silver. Realizing she's slipping away and possibly into Tucker's, Trevor St. John arms, he made a bold move, showing up at her penthouse with a peace offering, a confidential dossier on Tucker's past business betrayals. You think he's changed? Look at this, Kyle urged, handing her the file. Audra flipped through it, her expression unreadable. But instead of thanking him, she coldly replied, "If you think a few dirty secrets will scare me off, you don't know me at all." Kyle's desperation was palpable as he grabbed her wrist. "I'm trying to protect you." But Audra yanked free, her eyes flashing with warning. "No, you're trying to control me. And that's a game you'll never win." With that, she kicked him out, leaving Kyle seething and Tucker smirking from the shadows. Is Audra truly done with Kyle, or is this all part of a bigger power play? Nikki's secret struggle threatens to boil over. At the Newman Ranch, Nikki, Melody Thomas Scott, was putting on a brave face, but her drinking,